Good morning. It is it back here with some more Satisfactory, Experimental 8 playthrough. So I was playing on my other Experimental 8 first playthrough, try to get some stuff done there. But we're gonna continue building on the factory that we have and in the save that we have. We got to phase 2 of the space elevator, so we unlocked tier 3 and 4 here, and we're scanning the hard drive, which takes 10 minutes. And then, so just a reminder, we're doing coal power because we need power that's completely automated, which will help us out. And then after coal power, we're gonna do improved melee combat, and then basic steel production. So our goal, we already have these two parts, the reinforced iron plates and the rotors, and being automatically completed, but we don't have the cable completed. I'm not wanting to build any other factory elements at the moment because like our power is pretty pretty used. Cassie, so wow, sorry about that. So I don't really want to do too many other buildings with it. So as you can see, we need 500 smart plates, 500 for the up here for the complete phase 2, which is the space elevator. The first one are smart plates, which we already have going, so we should have that no problem. Versatile framework, which we will be building soon. Ish. Like that'd be the next piece that we actually build. Beside, I believe that's the next piece that we're actually going to build as far as that goes. But in order to do so, let's modular frame. We need to build these guys. So we need to build more reinforced iron plates and iron rods. So that's good for now, but I do want to build a separate factory for iron plate production, and then a separate factory for the rotor construction. Once we get there, but we're not there yet. So where we are at, first I thought it was like a spider, caught my eye. We're doing coal power. That is our primary function at the moment. Is our primary focus at the moment is doing coal power. So here, a couple of those. That fall down, probably hurt myself. Yep. Grab concrete. Off some limestone. This is again iron plate production over here, and actually in the meantime, this is gonna be, actually, you know what, I think we should make this more of a silver. Let's try to make it a silver. No, that's actually pretty good. But then we're gonna do a blue undertone. Edit. We're actually just gonna copy this. And paste that here. So we do have that blue stripe there. So this is going to be iron plates. I just think this is a bit of a cooler color scheme than what we have been doing, or what I have set for that the slightly darker blue with black. I think this is a cooler scheme. The nice highlight. Alrighty, where are we at for these guys? Alright, so we should have a build up. Fantastic. Halfway there and haven't started. I wonder if there's something here. Nope. We're just producing more iron plates because this is 8 per minute, and this should be 10 per minute total. Yeah, because there's 2 of each. Man, I already suck, and it takes 2 of each here, so. Alright, so let's go to, so we do need to automate rods. That's what we need to do. I forgot about that. We have screws automated, we have plates automated, we need to do iron rods and have those be automated. So we're going to build quite a bit of cable because we need 300 for coal power, and then we also need cable to connect things and all that. So probably going to do 600 coal or 600 probably 5 or 600 cable. I said coal, but I meant cable. Then we're going to do the power shards. Yay! Like I said, this is a good reason why we need to automate things. I think I may do this later this playthrough when we get to a more complex part that I can build. And then probably do like 10, like see how, or well, probably not, like see how long it takes me to do one, and then we can calculate how to automate one, or how long it takes to make one that's automated, including each individual piece, because I think that'd be interesting for one, and 2, it gives a perspective on how automation really does help. So we have more than 600. Just talking enough attention. Right, that power pole is useless. That one. This one. I think one of these is useless. Because I do need to push these, or move these out. I don't know about that, the awesome sink, yet. That needs to be here. Away. That can go away. I also want to build it on the same level as that over here. Oh look, man, research is completed. Let's go see what that hard drive brought us. This is our second one. $15 per minute. Ooh, this is fantastic. Ooh, copper rotor. I almost want to do this, but we don't have the capacity to keep up with any of these recipes at the moment because of limitations on build. So when it's 11.25 per minute, so you have to do 11.25 for this, like 52 times 11.25, which hit N. Wait, hold on. What is it? G. It's G. I remapped it to G, but it should be N as in November initially. But you can do this, and you can do what was it? 52 times 11.25. So we need 585 screws. What? That was a glitch. I didn't have another hard drive. Those jerks. Oh well. I wonder if it's gonna be the same recipes. But that's what it is for rotors. Alright. How to do this without really disrupting power. Do Here we go. One can go away. Hub can go away. That can go. Should still be, but it. And then we'll bring this up with an elevator. And here. Because I want there to be a break, clear, defined break in between. all the factory. Let's see, splitter here, Mark II. Go that, and then so I think we'll just have this be 5. Hopefully it will be enough for that way we can get rid of this guy and still have power being supplied everywhere. Get rid of this guy. And then come over here, pick up the crate, which crates are also identified on the HUD. Alright, so let's see. Production, constructor, iron rod, 15. Alright, so it's 1 smelter for 2 iron rods. Or 1 smelter for 2 constructors. This is 120. Let's see, that's what, 4 smelters. And then okay, so we're gonna do more of a load balancer or load balancing this time. So we're gonna actually put the smelters in the middle. Wait, hold on. I gotta think about this. No, we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna do. Yeah. No. In the wrong spot. I try to like to have things all nice and centered because it just looks nicer that have come together unless I need to. And then I also try to make it symmetrical so it's there. It's everything in its proper place. So we're not doing a load balancing system for this. We're doing the manifold, that's what it's called. And then these ones, it's gonna go up a floor. I do need to this and this, this. I think 5 is what we need right now. Yeah. What we need on this side, because that's where the resources are going to come up. And then this is where we are going to merge the resources I'll go. And then we need this one, which is also going to merge resources. Or bring the resources up. Go ahead and line these up, and this is going to take just a little bit of time. Part of the reason I like lining them up in the middle is because it's easy to line them up. So do that here, and I want to make sure that it's here. So we do only need the one. Then you need to mark one belts and bear lifts. So I could have brought this closer, that closer to, I mean, ooh, I don't know if these are gonna fit now that I'm thinking about it, because these need to be brought up to a splitter. So these actually need to be pushed way over here, so that it can come up to a splitter to split into constructor here and there. So I didn't think I needed this, but I do. I want to be able to walk around the factory. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. This and here, iron rod. Man, research is completed. There we go. So that's what it should look like. We need it way out here because we need to do the other side on that side, and then this is a merger. So we're gonna be merging, and that's not centered. There we go. Yeah, these ones are too close. Yeah, where it's just over it. Perfect. Rods. 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 And iron rods. So 15. So 15 times 4 is 60, times 2 is 120. So we should only need mark 2 belts on all of these. Or not all of these, but to carry everything. These constructors are backwards. So we do need to have mark Q's here because 4 of the constructors are 60. So do that, and then we'll actually put the resources down on the first floor. Of course, I'm short iron rods. Pretty funny. Because I can't even do all the power that I need. Alright. So, iron rods are here, but we're out of them in this, hopefully. There we go. Then we're gonna organize this here, and I should we'll do that because it's sometimes this is irritating to try and get. So we got that here. So then we can do that there, which is perfect. I may have gotten those walls. Oh, I haven't gotten those walls yet. We don't need to. So this actually came up pretty good for where everything lines up. With the 4 ramps going out that way towards the east, and then only 1 coming back, because that allows me to place these here, and they should automatically be lined up with those underneath. So I just need to connect power up to the top, and also down here. Oh. Yoink. And I like doing all the power stuff in the middle of things. Here. Ouch. That, and I know that's clipping, but should be fine. I can't even. So max construction crossed across the line. So we should fine here now. We just need to make sure everything. I did have that paused. Oh. And this is why we stick around to check the work. That's up. So on conveyor belts, if you stand like right here on the side, you're not going to get carried away, but if you're standing like in the middle, you will get carried away with the belt. Alright, looks like all of working as intended. Should have this here, which is great. And this is a coincidence. If it lines up, it's slightly off, but looks pretty legit to me. And I actually need to come over yonder here. So there's smart plating. So I can get these and these. So I can do these. And that. Man, these are really convenient. Because now the rotors. Right? Rotors? Yeah. The rotors are going to be automatically built. So now we have automated all of the basic iron parts, the iron rods, iron screw, or the iron rods, the screws, and iron plates. We've also automated two of the semi-complex parts, which is the rotors and the reinforced iron plates. And then we also automated, off of those, we automated smart plating, which we're already 30% of the way there. A little over 30%, like 34% of the way there. But now, where to put the hub? I'm thinking over there looks nice. And we gotta clear this area out, all the debris. Right, and the reason I'm put these over on this side so that it's easy access to the tower. At least the power side that they have. So there. All right, yay! Now our capacity is over our max construction for the moment. Got the hub. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Milestone reached. Coal is an improved alternative power source to biomass and can be fully automated if provided water with the new pipeline buildings and power throughout the initial setup. Coal has been added to the resource scanner. Note: ensure the close proximity of water to the coal production line. Note: pumps will aid in vertical transport of fluids through pipes. Note: throughput and volume indicators are added to each pipe section automatically.
Which is pretty important. So we're going to improve melee combat first before moving on to basic steel production, because this is going to be a little bit more complicated. Here, and then make sure I have access. Walk up like straight into here is what I want. And water extractor, don't care about that at this particular moment. We're gonna put the MAM here. Oh, so I freaked out just a little bit because usually when I build workshops, it's like this. So whenever I come to this side of the hub, I should see this, which is why I was freaking out. I was like, isn't there usually a thing there? And I was like, oh, I haven't built it there. We'll go ahead and do this here too. We're good for that. All right, so what do you need left? So we need more iron plates, or reinforced iron plates, and more wire. And then, of course, more cable. I think we have enough cable, but we need more cable. We have enough cable for the improved melee combat, but we do not have the cable that we need to get coal power started. And that's going to be the focus from this point onward. So we're going to take all of that, except for the weaker stack. And then we're also going to take all of these because we need them for when we do coal, because that's how we get those. Actually, I'll do this right now. Logistics, these pipes, the pipelines, and I set this to 1. It's just easier for me to do that. So I switched out the power pole for the pipeline. And then no. Oh yeah, lots of them just dropped off. Alright, so the last round of stuff that we did really helped improve our supply. So it's just my mistake for not supplying them with the power that they need. And then we'll do that, and we're back at capacity. I'm just gonna go ahead and top these off. Well, these ones are burning flowers. So I'll actually keep those here. We're gonna put all the mycella there, those in here. Power shards. Then, bam. Okay, so here we go. This is different than what we had. This is phenomenal for this area. Yeah, I'm gonna do this because only 10 like this is gonna be way more productive here because we have the impure node, so that we're not, but we also have, this is still more reliable, cute, but we also have that recipe for wire, the iron wire, which takes which the only way that this would come in handy, the copper ingots at the moment, is to make copper sheets, because this way doing the iron into here is more efficient, I believe. Yeah. Because instead of doing, oh no, it's not more efficient. Yeah, we're gonna do the copper alloy ingot here. We have no more hard drives at the moment. Power slugs. We are going to start overclocking, or at least unlock it so it's an option for us, which is great. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to power, and we're going to hook up 8 of these beasties to start with. And then we're going to need, I don't know, a couple of these. And then in production, we need 3 water extractors. We need 1 miner. No smelters, constructors, or anything like that yet. You need, we can add a couple fuel buffers just so I can show you how those work. And then we need a crap ton of foundations. So like 200. Alright, so now we have our huge long list of stuff over here on the right. I'm just gonna go ahead and hand make the modular frames. Right, and then everything else should be pretty easy to get. Just need to go around and pick them up. And I am going to have to dump a couple of things. I just don't know what they are yet. We're gonna have to rob one of these guys. That. Okay, there we go. So far away. Ouch. So we are good here. Alright, so we do need to get up there, because if you look in our scanner, I'm not sure if it's going to reach that far. Should reach that. Huh. There we go. Straight ahead. So that's closer, but yeah, that's closer, but this is easier to get to from where I'm at. I think. Hold on. I gotta. At least if I have it up there, I can see it from my current base as opposed to over there. We're gonna come up there because it's overall easier to set up for what we need anyway. I have no capacity to carry anything else at the moment. So we already picked up this this one last time. This drop pod. For a swim. Because that's going to be the fastest way to get up to where we need to. big guy. Takes forever to kill. There we go. And I have no... This area looks nice. Oh no! I died. Okay, I'm gonna do... Is it saved right before I got there. And this is a lot easier than just running all the way back with no equipment or nothing and picking up all the stuff and trying to survive. Normally I don't do this. Okay, but should do this as we're traversing dangerous territory. That's also why it's important for us to get improved melee combat, because we do more damage. Which means they don't hit us as often. Alright, let's try this again. Wow, he didn't even like gear up or anything to charge me, he just charged me. Like this dude. Okay, here we go. A craft bench. Those two things right now. So here. Cool, we survived. The reason we dump the screws is so that we can easily turn these into protein, like collect all of it and then turn it into protein, and then turn it into DNA capsules. We went over that last time. Then we can just do that, and then pick these up, go back to the Xeno Zapper. to like over here. I want to hook in the face. This is why Obi-Wan Kenobi said, always have the high ground. Oh my gosh. Might as well just keep running. Oh gosh. We got one of the little guys down. Oh my god. Why do they keep like multiplying and coming in? Maybe I found it. Maybe. Yes, he died. Stop running. That was tougher than I wanted it to be. I'm gonna go collect all of these things, and the hog remains. One's over here. I think there was only one. Just the same thing, turning these into the alien DNA cap. And good guys needed, and get rid of that. But yeah, so these are the other edibles, but we'll search this area after we clean house. We have another big guy. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. thought he was over on my right side already. As long as I'm hitting him, I am fine with it. Fine with getting hit because we have plenty of the berry nut things. Here we go. Okay, is this pure? Yeah. But there's also one over here. And there's a lot over here. Alright, we're gonna do this one because it's closest. Production 1. This is where. Oh, I made a mistake. I need more iron plates. Now let's power. This. I don't even know how much. Oh, because I ran at 6. I come this way too. Can actually put these where I want to. Should come this way and because I'm gonna run, since we don't have the in-ground pipes or through what's it called? So we don't have like a pipe floor lift at all. So we're gonna just build it here straight up from water extractors, which are there. But for here, are best to line these up. Go. And then we're just gonna pull these across this way. You're just gonna up. That way. Mean invalid. And it's pretty important to see where it connected, so it's at the top of it, so it is underneath. So you want to, probably because of this.
This mineral shows purity levels akin to synthetic quartz manufactured on Earth and can be used to improve communication and exploration technologies. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
I freaking. Happens quite. Yeah, I underestimate how tall these water extractors actually are. Now we need more iron, the reinforced iron plate. Gotta love this. Good thing we're basically done with all of the foundation work. The only thing that I really want to try to do is make a ramp going from where we're currently at down and kind of be a straight line so we don't have to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. Like, we don't have to deal with difficult terrain. It's super easy to walk through. We don't have to deal with critters. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen this time. Oink. And you can use your scroll wheel just like you can with belts. You get, so it's not only pipe. You have the pipe that has the indicator, which is this thing, which I'm going to keep on for now. Junction cross. But when we unlock the no indicator, it's actually a significantly smoother look. Right, so now this is when it gets and this is called a logistics floor. Try to take this all the way across. Oh, gotta love it. Just go ahead. That. That does not look right. hopefully it's gonna correct itself. There we go. I was like, why is this not snapping? Okay, now it's time to power. Oh my god, need even. So we're gonna start powering over here. I do, for some reason, for power plants, I do like power on the back end of these. And I do like putting them on the cross section tiles close in between them as possible. Not always. Able. Alright, so we're gonna get probably another 150 cable or so. Doesn't take that long to make. And then also need I believe it's a rotorist. Make these. Okay, cool. We have plenty of. Okay, so for these, it's really good indicator to show which way it's going to be pushing the water. And we're actually going to put it about here. On that side, and then I'm going to copy that here. So the first click, you click it twice just like any other logistic thing. Pathway. So you click it for the placement that you want it and the direction that you want, and then you can rotate this however you want to. So if you had a smaller ceiling, you may want to rotate it off to the side or down below. Although that actually looks kind of cool. Alright, cool. So let's go back over this way. Finally hooked everything up. Down so we can get through. Uh, clickety click. All right, so 73. So should be good here. Oh yeah, this is plenty. Oh, the leaves are totally gonna run out first before the wood does. So now I need to go find iron. Probably far away. Yeah. Right. So instead of that, really just need to get this rocking and rolling. You see how the indicators are moving? That means it is getting water. 1, 2, 4. This is why you try to bring enough resources with you. Still don't have enough to get where I want to. I need to come back up here anyway because, like, to build or to make sure that the power infrastructure is in place. Like, I mean, I can try to get to it. I'm gonna go down the way that's probably gonna lead to my death. Hug the wall. It'll be fine. Where's this iron at? Sure. I don't have time for your crap. Ah! Surprised I made that jump. It's over here somewhere. Oh, it's right there. We're gonna work a little bit smarter. Gonna make a couple portable miners. And this is why it's important to make sure that you have enough materials to bring with you to make sure, or to make a craft bench and workbench so that you can continuously get materials and stuff so you don't have to keep running back and forth between base unless you want to. Or you feel there's a greater need to do so. Alright. It should be good. Here. Because I need a lot of iron plates. I need a handful of reinforced iron plates. And then once that happens, then we can get the entire power up and running. And then we can take down the biomass generators. And then hopefully, I'm going to go with probably a couple hundred foundations and make sure that I have that material to head over to the base. We can just do it in a straight line and then connect power that way, and then whenever we get unlocked the power tower, is really awesome. And funny thing to say, power tower. Then we'll reconnect power that way. So to do that, we probably need a couple hundred, or probably 400 iron plates, just for the journey across. They are picking up iron ore before I have a chance to finish all of it, which is good. But I think I'm going to make sure I turn all of this ore into ingots and then start doing the iron plates, which, you know, this definitely takes a little bit of time. But when you're out and about like this, I would rather do this and spend the time doing this because I think it would be about the same amount of time, just significantly less hassle doing it this. And surprisingly, I have enough iron ingots and ore, once I turn them into ingots, to get rid of all of it through iron plate. Should have 510 multiplier of 3, so that should give me quite a lot. Not quite two, so it's 3 iron ingots to make 2 iron plates, so it's 3-to-2 ratio. So that's like 340 plates thick. Yeah, 340 plates. Dang, that is on point. So the first time I did it in my head, and then I used my phone calculator so I don't disrupt turning these this ore into ingots. And then our health is very slowly regenerating right now. And we can make 300 iron plates now, yay! So notice how there's like no steam coming out of here? Now there is, now that I said it. And 340, what did I say? Booyah! So I'll do this, get these turned into iron plates, then I'll pick up one miner and take the resources from the other miner, and then start building iron ingots again, and then take the ore from, or pick up the other miner resources in it. So that gives me a total of 300 extra ore. or ingots, so then I can make another 200 iron plates. And then once we have that, I am fairly confident. I may need to pick up some concrete, which is on our way back up this hill over here. Because it takes a little bit more concrete than iron plates. Alright. Pick up miner. Grab all. Yeah, and we're almost done with the making iron ingots. Still have 105 left to go. Because we're picking up this guy now. Then we're gonna be able to make 300 or 200 more iron plates. And then once that happens, or once we're done with that, we'll pick up our shop, or our two shops, and then go to limestone. That's just right over here. And then we will get a couple hundred concrete out of it. Okay, now making the 200 iron plates that we need. And I'm not sure how many reinforced iron plates we need, but we're going to measure that out when we get back to our coal power plant. And we actually do not need the fluid buffers because of where everything is at. We'll use the fluid buffers when we get to oil. It's still a little ways off. So we are actually going to be playing a little bit longer today. Usually this is about the time that, like, after I would get the concrete, we would probably call it a day. But I'm playing longer today because it's my day off from work. But I still can't play too terribly longer. I want to make sure this power is up and running so we can get on with everything else because it's really going to help us. So I can go that way. Get up there, but concrete. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I think is over here. Let's go ahead and search for it. I think it's that node right there. Okay, so it is up there. That's unfortunate. I really hope it's probably the main. Oh, yep, it is that node right there. That's concrete. Go ahead and get this one since it's first one we saw. Edit to-do list, clear list, need it. So I am gonna have to help get all the concrete. Or make like 4 more miners, but I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna stop when I get to a total of 1,500. I think that's more than fair at the moment, but I almost want to just set up stuff here and have whatchamacallits do it. Structures do it. these up, and should give quite a bit of time for the automatic miners or portable miners. That's what they're called, portable miners. To get some more concrete. But definitely not enough for how much I want. So foundations. $200. Oh, I've plenty. All of it for now. Not realize that. That's why counting is important. Press the rest of those. Now we have to run all the way back up there, or you can go that way. So it looks like it's going to be at an angle. So we're going to have to tile the road at an angle. Instead of doing like, since we're northwest, or we're going northwest, instead of doing like 10 north and then 10 west, we're gonna just angle them so we go northwest, and that should put us pretty dang close to right on date. Then we can make adjustments if necessary. But I do want to continue to stick to the grid, the world grid, so everything lines up perfectly, or as perfect as we can get it. Just keep swimming, swimming. That is not what I wanted to. Not want to grab the hole. Alright, so 2 plus 11, 13. It's going to turn all of these off. They'll still be able to accept resources, but we're going to turn all of those off. So I need 13 reinforced iron plates. Where? Over there. 10, 11, 12, 13. So the reason that we do it this way, to set up the water extractors this way, I didn't explain. But the pipes are only allowed to are only capable of handling 300 water per minute, as Mark 1. Each one of these produces 120. So if you put all three of them together, it only, even though they'd be producing 360, you can only carry 300. But we need all 360 to do this. So it's 45 per minute, so it's 90 for 2, so we have 4 groups of 90 is 360. We need all 360 of it to come through. And this is also what I was talking about earlier. So once those are full, it's going to come. 50% of what's coming on this belt is going here. 50% of what's coming on this belt is going here, and then 50% of what's coming on this belt is going in here. 50% of the remaining 50% of this belt is going on this side. So it splits off. That's why we see come back here. That's why we see it so spread out. Like, this is double the resources of that belt, which is double the resources of that belt, which is double the resources of that belt, which is double the resource of that belt, which is double the resources of that last belt. And just to help this out, I'm going to turn off this one too, so we only have one of these running, which covers all of the resource material that we need, but we still have this gap here just in case it we need it. So now we have 3 that are backed up, which is great because now it's just gonna cascade way easier. So this one's almost backed up already. Then once all of it gets backed up and we start getting material in the back, then we'll be good. What if I just this? It falls. Hopefully it just goes away. It might just be stuck. So while we're doing that, we're gonna come over here and I think you just we can help get AM stuff started early, and because we need to. I don't want to just
shows this is a mix of sulfide and sulfate minerals. It could be an indication of recent volcanic activity. A new research tree exploring volatile self-defense applications can now be accessed in the MAM.
And I don't want to just stand up there and watch all that get filled.
New technologies can be developed based on this new, superconductive, gold-like element, primarily in power and electronics. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Not where I can see ya. Wow. Really? Oh, oh my gosh, there's more. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, he's far away. Oh, it's a big guy. I'm not messing with him. No, I'm running away. Alright, now we're gonna go check on the power. We don't have the current capabilities to handle it. So I really want to go back with quite a bit of coal so that I can start doing some steel production once we unlock it at our home base. I like how all of them are smoky. Not all. Turn all of them off. That's on. See, this is what I'm talking about. Booyah. Now it's should be building up here. Is great. Because then we'll be able to turn these on. Easiest way to check is this is just continuous. Like I would really ideally definitely want it to stop. I need to check the last two. I'm gonna do that for now. Power shard. Or six or 12. Another way to do this is because this is backed up already. Boink. Boink. And yoink. Now, it should be backing up. So eventually this will continue to back up. Alright, what else do we got? Production, craft bin. This. So that's what I mean. So we still have here, so we just turn it sideways, and we will be able to have here. We're still gonna miss base by a little bit, but we're gonna be really close. When I just almost forgot one of the most important things. Whole reason he came over here. Also, if you're up here doing something like this, make sure you don't fall off, because that is a recipe for disaster. That dude is going to take a lot to get rid of, so we're going to just leave all that alone. That one, I think that What? No. No. I wanted 1 meter. Not 2 meter. Don't know what happened there. Oh, I clicked here, that's why. Because this is significantly more gradual descent, so if and when we decide to use vehicles for this, it's gonna be huge. Getting there slowly but surely. Might be more of a sudden drop. This is not going down fast enough. Won't hit until after this iron rods factory, where it will hit. Let's. I'm not redoing the whole thing. I'm just a little bit. Probably like a ending platform or something. Ooh, I know. Here. So I want it. I want it based off of. What's that? No, this. So I want to make sure I cover like a higher thing right now. Like the highest area of get rid of the obstacles. Except for that freaking one. So this is going to be our battery supply area. Whenever we get batteries, we don't have yet. But oh, this touch here. So sure I'm not gonna fall, like make myself fall. That way this is still a ramp all the way up there. And that's way easier than just traveling all the way down. Or like way over there and then climbing up. Good. Ease. Heck yeah! That's what I'm talking about. So production is from those 8 whatchamacallit, the 8 coal power plants. And then the rest of this is from all of these biomass burners here and the ones that I set up by the coal. So they're not going to burn any resources until our production goes above that line, which currently it doesn't. So good for now. As far as power goes. Now, how to make it nicer, or how to incorporate. Yeah, I'm gonna do a ramp here. Good, friends. 3 meters. Cool. We're gonna do one. So that should put us right in line. Yeah, I'm talking about. Way more. I don't like it when we left it like that and there's that gap down at the bottom. I don't particularly like that because it wouldn't let us smoothly climb up. So got that, we got power. Now we should have all of the reinforced iron plates that we need. Copper wire. Man, that power setup for the power took way longer than I thought it would. Here, slide off. So we're probably gonna redo the, not now, but we're gonna redo the power plants or set up different power plants. Coal power plants, probably when we get to steel production or advanced steel production where we need more power. So probably that time frame we'll go rebuild the power, and then we'll also expand it up there, which is going to be nice. because when we expand it, it's going to give us, I want to set up 24 or 32 coal power plants up there, which is going to, where's the power thing? I take a look at. So the production is at 600, and that's with 8. So I want to do 4 times, 3 to 4 times. So 3 times would be 1800, 4 times would be 2400, which is ridiculous to think about at this point, because it is ridiculous to think about at this point. But that's something that I want to be towards. We just need to make a couple, or well, a few hundred wire. Although I don't know if I have the room or capacity to do so, so we're gonna do that, and then I am going to go ahead and start this hard drive, which I should have done as soon as I got here and finished that. I'm gonna hold on to that one because we need to ramp up wire production with some other stuff. So you need iron ore to get what we need. And once we ramp up iron ore, which we'll probably focus on that next time, I'd have to think about it and take a look. And after improved melee combat, we may be able to do the next one, which is going to be the steel production. And we are going to be done making cable right now. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Launch.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided an improved Xeno Zapper with increased strength and range.
Booyah. So normally with this, I would just go ahead and build these by hand to get to steel production, but I've run into issues with that. So we're gonna split off, or since it's already split off up there for the reinforced iron plates, we're gonna take some of that over, probably over here in that open field area, and then pipes there. It might be better to build. We're gonna have to look. To build the modular frames, because I do want to start automating those, and it's going to be easier to automate them. And set up the automation process with in the long run be way better. We'll actually go ahead and take those. That, because this is where we're going to set up the awesome shop. now we're gonna go build our Xeno Zapper, and we don't need another one because we're going to take that one here and then Xeno Basher. Keychain is usually a wrench instead of whatever that is. Now since we have two, I'm gonna go ahead and this. I separated that out because it's a little bit different than these over here. This is all progress towards other things. Wrong thing. Here goes basic steel production. Select that. I may, since those only take 4 iron plates per minute and these produce 5, I may take just one of those, which would probably be that one there, and then just run it on one side for it for them to do. But over there is was going to be iron production, or the wire production. But if we take some iron ore from that, run it up with that, and then replace those smelters with foundries, whenever we unlock foundry, basic steel production, foundry, yes. So we need to do this first, and 2 assemblers. This is all we need. We don't really need very much. We really don't need a big factory. I don't want to add to that one. So since we are yoink, go here. This one. What do you mean creatures going? Messing up my groove, man. Or by 4. Man, that looks so sleek. I like it. I like these colors. Nations. This. And where six, put a splitter. And there. This. That. And which is a 90-degree angle, which is great. Am research. Well, hold your. There. Be it. So I will go ahead and put the output that way. So there's that. Got that organized. And my hand. Falling this. Ooh. Here. Ooh, that one isn't as good as alternate recipe to have. But this, yes, I will take. I think I'm gonna take the pure iron ingot. This one is gonna be good. Could be good, but I would rather wait to try to forgo this. It's not very many. Like the production rate isn't very good. Isn't much better than it currently is, and I would rather wait to get an alternate screws recipe, which is gonna help anything with screws regardless. We're gonna do that. I forgot that we also unlocked Ethereum was the first one, and now it's gonna be scannable. Great, so then we can do all this other stuff with it. Already have my nutrients. Need 2 of those, and we need. So that's also now scannable. That have quartz yet. So now that's scannable. Sulfur. Which is also now scannable. That's how we get black powder. Then that's how we also get black powder, then smokeless black powder, then explosives. I mean, rifles. So since we don't really grab that, then put that and that and that in here, because I don't need those taking up inventory. Then put 29 in here. Just watch this go. We had 5 tickets, and then after all of these 29 DNA capsules go in, which gave us 7, so which is a lot. So that's good. So this is pipeline whole floor. That's what I was referring to earlier. But we're gonna hold off on buying any more of that stuff. And I need to figure out the resources required for this. Okay, cool. I could just use regular belts. we go. That output here. Stackable. How does it look? Oh, that actually looks pretty good. There's that. Now, put her. Give this in between belts. Perfect. Except these must die. These must be removed because the screws have clearance. Yes, that is. Go in. Ooh, nice. Perfect. Once these slowly get over here, fine. Oh, and this is 3 per minute? That's fine. No, because everything else is perfect. I don't want to mess that up. These are going to be a little slightly less efficient. Moment is fine. away. Drop off some. Like, we're not even above the production, so this is like on standby, like reserve. Which is why this isn't going down. Otherwise it'd just pretty much be gone already. To do what to do. So I have everything pretty much currently automated. Go to parts. Alright, down the list. Yes, 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 yes. Kind of, yes. Yes, yes. Doesn't matter. We used to have these for, like, get the flowers to turn it into color cartridges in order to paint everything, but they went away with that, so it's probably gonna get removed. I don't even know why this is. It's for applying patterns with customizer. Patterns can be. Oh. We're gonna take a look at the patterns that can be purchased in the awesome shop, because we may actually need those. In which case I should probably not burn them and probably start stirring. Kind of. So we've automated everything that we can at this point, with the exception of cable. Awesome shop. Miser. Patterns. These are the patterns. Yeah, okay. So that's interesting. I did not realize that was still a thing. Because before it was you had to have the things to do this. Speaking of which, I do this because blades. It doesn't have enough blue on it. Now everything iron plates touch. Or iron plate paint scheme, except for these. I don't know what I want to do. These pop a little bit more. But it's still going to be a little bit of time for that. To make sure that we have everything else that we need, specifically the 150 rotors. Which that shouldn't. Well, the only thing that doing the iron plates thing, splitting the iron plates up, is this won't refill fast enough, or it won't refill quite as fast as this one. We do have those. Oh, we're gonna put those back over there. So yep, all we're waiting for is those guys, and me to go grab the wire and maybe more concrete. Whee! 20. We're about to have 22. We're gonna do that just to speed it up a little bit. So it should be another 3 or 4 minutes before those are done. I think dark blue, not this, but dark blue, like a navy, screw. Rods. Turn on the flashlight because it's kind of hard to see. Here, off the flashlight, kind of a pain. We'll be back. Okay, so now we got that, although we do need to go over to the other iron rods. Or copy. Kind of like that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I really do like the color for the screw. Now, screw. Gotta make sure that this one, well, colored. Okay, got that. This odds. Paint me, and of course, as soon as that happens, um, boom, there goes the color schemes. Dang, I really like that. No, almost made it. And down. Here, and then we're gonna unlock basic steel production. That is
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry grants access to new, simple steel parts. An additional project part can now be constructed. Progress to the next phase is now possible.
No, so I'm not sure if I want to do advanced steel production or advanced power infrastructure. Definitely not fix it blueprints yet. I need to do advanced steel production with Mark II miner before really doing blueprints. Because once the Mark II miner gets unlocked, we double the resources that we're pulling from the node, or from each node. So instead of 60 on a normal node, it's 120. But I also want power towers, so it's easier to get. It would be easier to get from here to remote places like coal. So I think I'm gonna do, yeah, we're gonna do this. But then we also need to do Ethereum, because this zip line is gonna be amazing with the power towers. It makes mobility so much easier this early in the game. Because instead of like that pole going over here to that pole, I think I have to double up the foundations in order to do it. But it'd totally be worth it, because we could do a power tower there coming down to the pole here, and then a power tower to like a power tower, like the next power tower is like way up, gonna be way up there, and then the next power tower is gonna be way over there, and it's gonna be seamless. Because when you zip line straight along the power lines, and if there's something in the way, like a power pole, you're gonna stop and get knocked off. So that's gonna be the next goal, is to get Caterium, so we can unlock the and can I nope, can't add that, but we'll get that ready for, or I will have that ready in mind for next time we play. So this time, I think we did a pretty good job about upgrading the power, expanding our power infrastructure, and then because that was kind of a big setup to do, and then also expanding into into modular frames, while not hindering any other automated process at the moment. So next time is going to be the quick wire, but also expanding copper production. And that is going to be it. Thank you for joining in. We'll wait until this autosave kicks in or heading out. Autosave kicked in. Make sure, because I'm kind of paranoid that way a little bit sometimes. 8 hours, 13, 25 seconds. Perfect. Got it. So thank you again for joining, if you did, and catch you later.